Hey guys, we are here for a new poll. It has been a while. I actually chose to do this poll, even though this isn't... It's replacing KonoSuba, just so you guys know. And that show slot is usually one where I pick a show that I'm kind of interested in watching that maybe hasn't won the polls for a while, or came out recently, but I watched something else during my airing slot or whatnot, but I decided this time I'd do a poll because it's been a while since we did a poll. I kind of miss them. I usually do them for two shows. I have two shows where it's just like any old show can go on that slot. And then I have a third slot, which I sometimes do polls for, that is the airing slot. So I watch something that's currently airing. Right now it's My Hero Academia, so I'll sometimes not do a poll and just pick like My Hero I knew I was gonna watch because I love that show and I've watched like several seasons on my channel. I watched a lot before I started doing reactions, and sometimes there's sequels, like after My Hero ends in the next coming season we're gonna have ReZero coming back again, and I'm for sure doing that one. So it's one of those things where I do a poll when I can for that slot, but if there is a sequel, I do that instead. Sorry, I'm kind of getting sidetracked explaining this, but... And then the other two slots, it's been a long time because they're somewhat longer shows since I only record once a week. It's my Dr. Stone, which I'm on Season 3, but I still have over half the season to go, which is a bunch of weeks. And Vinland Saga, which I'm towards the beginning-ish of that one too. So it's one of those things where it's going to still be a while before a poll happens, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's do a poll. I did change up several of the shows from the last poll to be catered more towards ones that I'm interested in watching, but some of the old ones are still on there. I'll go over the list, or I guess first of all, if you guys have any shows you want me to watch, please recommend them in the comments. I also have in the description, it's my anime list, where I try my best to keep it up to date. I just updated it recently. Sometimes I'm like one show off because I like forget for like watching a whole show on my channel to go and update it. But check that out. It has a completed list of all the animes that I've watched. So please recommend that down to me in the comments, or check that out if you want to see what I've watched, and then go down to the comments to recommend shows that I haven't seen before. Or you can just comment and I'll let you know. I may reply to the comment and be like, sorry, I've seen that already. But either way, I'm always looking for more comments. The link will be down in the description as well to this poll. So if I'm about to rattle off the names pretty quickly here, and if you guys can't follow what I'm saying or whatnot, because I'm going to be saying them in some of them in their Japanese names. There's actually a lot that are in just normal English here, so they shouldn't be too confusing, but there are a couple that are in Japanese. So if I confuse anyone, you can just go down to the link in the description, check out the poll, vote if you want. It's going to be on my Patreon, but you do not need to be a member. It's going to be a public post. I think you may need an account to vote, but it's free to make an account on Patreon. That's not making an account for me specifically. It's for all the Patreon that you'd be making an account for. And I'm not going to charge anybody for voting on this poll. So feel free to check that out and vote and help me pick what to watch next. So here we are. The first show is Death Parade. Like I said, I'm going to go pretty fast here. Second show, Samurai Champloo. I watched Cowboy Bebop, and I've heard that this is kind of like the spiritual successor. I know it's not like a sequel or anything, but I've heard like if you watch Cowboy Bebop, you should watch Samurai Champloo. So it's been on my polls for a while. It hasn't won yet. Show number 3 is Oshi no Ko. I've seen some channels doing reactions to that more often recently, and it was I've actually had it on my plan to watch for a while. It was recommended by a friend a little while back. So show number 4 is Megalobox. I'm actually in the process on my own time of rewatching Hajime no Ippo, which was one I watched alone before I ever started doing reactions and stuff like that, and I absolutely love that show. This one, I saw boxing gloves on the cover, and it has box in the name, so I don't know if it's anything like Hajime no Ippo, but that show's amazing, and I'm not against I'm not against sports anime. They do a really good job of making it intense and enjoyable. Show number 5 is my first Japanese name one that's going to be hard to say. Here we go. Well, Oshinoko was 1, but anyway, that's easier to say than this. Here we go. 5 is Zom 100 Zombie ni Naru made ni Shitai 100 no Koto, which the English version is Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. So it's I believe it's a zombie show. That's pretty much all I know about it, but a friend said it was pretty good and I've been wanting to watch it for a while now. Show number 6, Solo Leveling. I've heard that one was very good. I don't know if it's isekai or not. I think I've been turned off ever since of like isekai, except for some that I've seen like ReZero and stuff like that. But there's so many newer isekai coming out that I get like turned off to the idea of it. So when I heard Solo Leveling, I was like, it's probably just an isekai. But so many people have talked about it that I kind of want to watch it now. So I threw it on here. Show number 7, Delicious in Dungeon, is one that a friend recommended to me. He's not a big anime watcher. He'll every now and then watch an anime, but he saw this one on, I think Netflix he saw it on, and he said he watched through it, absolutely loved it, and said I really need to watch it, so I figured I'd throw it on the poll. Show number 8 is Shingeki no Kyojin Season 3, which is Attack on Titan Season 3. I've already seen Season 1 and 2 before I started doing reactions. If this one wins, there's a chance I may do my Patreon show rewatch and try to blow through Seasons 1 and 2 again, because at this point, it's actually been a while since I've seen 1 and 2. There's a lot of big points that I remember, but there's also a lot of points that I feel like I could be caught up on, so either that or I'll watch it on my own time, but it's been a while since I did a Patreon rewatch show, so I may end up doing that if it wins the poll. And also, if I do Season 3, it means I will be going all the way to the completion of Attack on Titan. I'm not going to stop at just Season 3 and then make you guys have to vote again for Season 4 or whatnot, so. Show number 9 is Spy X Family. This one's been around for a while. I saw it on a lot of reaction channels a while ago. I've been throwing it on my polls every now and then to see if it'll win. I'm curious what it is. It looks like, I mean, obviously spy and family in the name. I think it's like a family of spies or something, but that's literally all I know about it. And then there's like an adorable kid that keeps popping up everywhere in like memes and shit I saw for a while. But the last show number 10, I try to keep these limited to 10. I used to do more. I used to do like 15 or 20 shows on the poll, but I decided to limit it to 10. So 10th show and final one is Yu Yu Hakusho, which is a longer one. It is, I love Hunter x Hunter, and I know it was made before Hunter x Hunter, made by the same creator. I've always wanted to watch it. So I almost always put it on the polls, even though I don't know that it's really gotten any votes. But maybe someday. The only reason I haven't picked it myself yet is because it's a longer one. So I try to pick like some of the shorter-ish ones. Sorry, I keep getting eyelashes in my eyes. I try to pick some of the shorter ones for my polls. But yeah, check those, or go vote for those if any of those catch your mind. If they don't, if you are like, oh, I hope this is on the poll, post it down in the description. I'd really like to know what everyone's interested in seeing, and I usually add them to my plan to watch and eventually get to them. I mean, I probably would have never watched a show like Symphogear. No offense to any Symphogear watchers, it was an amazing show, but just based off like the cover art and it being like sort of that magical girl theme, I was like, you know, there's still that I don't know the right word, but the stupid male ideology of being like, I don't want to watch girls transforming into outfits. I've actually heard that a lot of people really like Sailor Moon, and when I first heard about that one, I was like, oh, that's not one I'm ever going to watch, but I've never seen it before, and I've actually heard some people like it, so I've kind of been like opened up to the idea a little more. I'm curious on what that one's like. Man, I really want to watch Dragon Ball Z someday. I really want to go through like everything from like release to current, but I think the very first like I'd like to watch like Dragon Ball and then go into like everything as like in release order for it. But I think the original Dragon Ball is actually really hard to find. I don't know that it's on any like streaming sites and stuff like that, which would make it, you know, with the way that I do my content where you guys have to have the content to follow along, if it's not easily accessible, then it's not really going to be great for you guys to watch, because you're going to have to find another source for it too. So, but anyway, those are the shows. I'm excited to watch something new. I've been really enjoying KonoSuba as well. I think I have like 3 episodes left, but I wanted to get this poll out to you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for voting if you did. And I will see you guys in my future reactions. Bye-bye.